Why can't some people not grasp the concept that we, the creation, humans, are essential and important to God? Very, very essential and important. Matter of fact, the whole thing doesn't work without us, because that's how essential we are to why he created all of this. It's almost like a lack of self-esteem of humans to say, we can't be that important to God. There's 8 billion of us.
Exactly.
But yet, I mean, we are, and we know we are. We know we are.
Well, part of the misunderstanding is
when you guys are talking about the word God needs our mitzvahs, God needs us. Could it be that the struggle for a word, it just can't be defined? It's a divine. It's really a divine creation that Hashem God is created. I mean, it's almost, I mean, we just don't understand. We can't put labels on things well. And now we're talking about a divine plan, a divine need, or divine want, or whatever the word. We're messing around with English words, but we're talking about divineness here. And is that why we're possibly struggling with trying to define a word that everybody will be happy with, that'll satisfy them?
There are some words that are better than the word need, but people don't react to it. Does God need a mitzvah? Okay, let's put it differently. Is the mitzvah essential to God, or is it optional?
No, it's essential.
Oh, it's essential. Oh, yeah. So he has to have it. No, he doesn't have to. So wait a minute, try this again. Is it essential? Yes, it's very essential. Oh, so he has to have it. He can't be any other way. Oh no, it's optional. The only way you get people to actually stop and think is to say, no, he needs it. It's not optional. So the word need doesn't mean needy.
Right.
It means necessary. I don't know if it's a good example. When a person can't breathe, he needs to breathe. Oh, I need to breathe. What if you're perfectly healthy? Do you not need to breathe? When you're breathing fine, do you not need to breathe? Is the need to breathe only when you're being denied the ability to breathe? I need to have a wife. Oh, actually, I am married. I have a wife. So now I don't need her anymore? So how do we describe the fact that if you're happily married, you need your wife? If need means you're lacking something, I'm not lacking, I have a wife. So I don't need her? Maybe I need her more because she's my wife. But really, if you want to get to the heart of the issue, in the beginning there was only him. We all agree about that. Okay, and then what happened? Then the people were stuck at the edge of the water. They couldn't go forward. They couldn't go back. The Egyptians were chasing them. So God had to intervene and split the sea. No, wait a minute. Where did a sea come from? Where did water come from? What happened that disturbed God's exclusive existence? He was the only thing and he was everything. And then what happened? That's the most fundamental question. What disturbed that perfectly idyllic condition? There was just him, and he is everything. So, well, then he contracted his light. Well, no, wait a minute. Why would he do that? In other words, what stimulated creation when there is nothing there? Nothing exists. Where did the motivation for creation come from? So it has to be. It's an internal, essential process. It's internal combustion. Because there was nothing else. So the catalyst couldn't have been a collision of two beings. There was only him. So what started the fire? Him. So he created the world in order to have a relationship with us. That need for the relationship, where did it come from? It didn't come from, it's just him. Because there was only him.
Why can't some people not grasp the concept that we, the creation, humans, are essential and important to God? Very, very essential and important. As a matter of fact, the whole thing doesn't work without us because that's how essential we are to why he created all of this. It's almost like a lack of self-esteem of humans to say, we can't be that important to God. There's 8 billion of us.
Exactly.
But yet, I mean, we are. And we know we are. We know we are.
Well, part of the misunderstanding is we don't know why God created a universe. And to say he created it for us, we're a tiny little piece of the universe. So if I don't know why God created the universe, I certainly don't know why he created me. In other words, we don't think the universe was created for us. It's God created heaven and earth. And then on the 6th day, he added humans. So it doesn't seem right that he created the world for us. So I say God essentially needed to have oceans and clouds, and it doesn't make any sense. Why? Put the people first. The clouds came later. Not chronologically, but in terms of significance. That's why we celebrate Rosh Hashanah, not on the day God started creation, on the day God completed creation by created human beings. So Rosh Hashanah is actually the 6th day of creation. And we call it the beginning of everything. So part of the problem is we are insignificant to the rest of creation. So how could we be the reason for creation? So when we get past being impressed with mountains and Grand Canyons, say, no, all of that is unnecessary. It's just there for us. We are necessary. That sounds pretty arrogant.
Yeah.
But I was speaking to somebody about God needs recently, a pretty knowledgeable person, and they said, you can't talk in absolutes like that. God needs, like, nothing's in absolute. There's interpretations and there's different interpretations. And when he said it in a certain sense, it made sense. Like, it does seem wrong to talk in absolutes, but then I countered, I said, well, is there a God? And he said, yes. Oh, you're talking in absolutes. There's a God. I'm just saying, and we are necessary to him. Is there a point to his argument saying that we can't talk in absolutes and that everything has different levels of interpretation?
Well, that's the beginning of all immorality. Is murder absolutely wrong or just sometimes? Is it absolutely wrong or it just depends on your opinion, interpretation? If you say it's not absolutely wrong, then you're talking to the wrong person. And by the way, don't turn your back on him, because you can't trust him. Murder is not absolutely wrong. No, it destroys everything. The one thing we know for sure about the Torah is that it's absolute. Nothing else is. That's what makes the Torah different. Kind of a backward argument. But, by the way, I was reading these statistics recently, a couple of days ago. Bible sales are up 60%. Attendance in churches and mosques and synagogues up 20%. Just in the last year. So is God becoming more real to us? Absolutely. And who caused this? Who caused an interest in a Bible? Nobody. Nobody. The media discourages you from reading the Bible. Even ministers, priests, and rabbis discourage you from reading the Bible. Because if it produced you, I don't want to hear more about it.
In academia, we spend too much time at conferences. Instead of, we understand the concept, we understand the theory, we get stuck on, well, can you define that? And I defined that as this. And just like, I guess you could say today, maybe some people are going to get mad, but the whole, well, you have your truth, Rabbi, and I have my truth. And like you said, it leads to a road that is going to serve nobody well at all.
That's right.
And I think that even with this, we understand, I think, the whole concept. Every time, and I've watched almost every video that you and Rabbi Yanni have talked about and had people on, nobody has a problem when you explain the concept of essential, important part that we play and are essential to God. Not that he's essential to us, that we're essential to him. Nobody has a problem with that. But want, need, it's like, can we just stop? Why don't we focus on the phenomenon, maybe? And again, maybe it's such a divine phenomenon, we can't define it in our words. I don't know.
Well, it comes down to a very basic question. Is it possible that the world will just destroy itself tomorrow? Is it possible? No, it's not. Well, God can destroy it, can't he? Yeah, but he will not. How do you know? He can do whatever he wants. Yeah, he does whatever he wants, and he wants a world. No, he'll change his mind. No, he doesn't change his mind. It's essential. So without that, you're living in a dream state. It could all be over. You wake up tomorrow morning and it's all gone. So what's real? In academia, nothing is real. This one professor says, we professors, we live in our minds. Actually, no. The only reason we need our minds is to get us to a conference. The mind is our transportation to get us to the next conference. That's what the mind for, you know. Anyway, so it is so fundamental to everything. Life's purpose, mental health, understanding life, why we're here. It's the basis of everything. And to undermine that, we're undermining everything.